number one is Michael Jordan. There's only one guy who's been playing for 20 years. He had to go through 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So whoever, he's at 2 right now, still trying to go to number 1. So that's the debate, right? If 2 is someone that he's not better than, or he say he can't be better than, then there's nothing he can do to get in front of number 1. Like, no matter what LeBron do, no one's putting him in front of Michael Jordan. So there's really no debating anyway. There's no debate anyway, right? So if you have in your logical brain, if you have Kobe in front of Michael Jordan, then yeah, what you believe, then yes, that's how it is, right? But at the end of the day, when Kobe, which is my favorite player, when his stats stop, right, there's room to catch it, just so we can understand before I start the video, just so we can understand. Here's simple logic. Right? Well, this is simple logic right here. All right. Before last year, right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was number 1. He was the GOAT in scoring, right? Number 2 was Karl Malone, right? We understand that concept, right? Kareem 1, Karl Malone 2, right? They can't play anymore. They're done. So that means whoever's playing now, they're trying to catch whoever the GOAT is, right? So if Jordan's 1 and Kobe's 2 in the GOAT debate, and then LeBron comes and he jumps in front of, let's say, Karl Malone in scoring, that officially puts him as the GOAT conversation because he's 2, 1 or 2, and he's still going. So that means 3 now is Karl Malone. He's out of the conversation. He's gone. He's out. Now it's just one man chasing the top guy. If he gets him, then he becomes the GOAT. If he doesn't, then he's number 2. It's simple. Like, just stupid. I'm sorry. Your feelings, if your feelings are in it, then there's no point of even wasting the time because your feelings is about it. Cool, right? That's your feelings. Your feelings doesn't make you right. It's just feelings. And that was the whole point. Where do you have him, right? That's why I asked it. Where do you have him? If you have Jordan, now LeBron and Kobe, then unfortunately, Kobe can't be part of the GOAT debate anymore. Right? If you have Kobe at number 2, then yeah, that is the GOAT debate. And there's still one guy still actively playing that's chasing that. That's why I asked Kenyon, hey, where do you have him? And then he said he don't have him. Well, since you don't have him, you don't do 1, 2, or 3, then at this point, the opinion don't matter because my question is what is your list? Because if you have LeBron at 2, then Kobe can't be in the GOAT debate because there's nothing Kobe can do now to get back to the second spot. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about I'm about to be frustrated again. Oh, just give me $5. Hey, what's happening? Thank you. Appreciate you. Always great when you and Nick Young do a podcast together, read episodes, entertaining, keep up the great work. Thank you, man. He wants to come on a lot now. He do. So he's in the shootout too. So we're going to get him back on. All right. So let's see, just so we can point out some things. So y'all can see the contradiction on why it's hard to argue.
But the question is this.
My question?
When does reality kick in when we're having debates, right? Before Michael Jordan, there was someone on top, right? Whoever that was, they got pushed the fuck out. If Kobe's number 2, before he was number 2, who was number 2, right? They had to get put in.
So he's with me so far. So far, right? When Jordan was 1, there was a 2. So for Kobe to be 2, he had to pass somebody. And whoever he passed, they have never been in the GOAT discussion since Kobe had popped in number 2. Am I right or wrong? When was the last time you heard somebody in the GOAT debate when Kobe was there? It was Jordan or Kobe, right? So that means whoever the Kobe passed for number 2 at some point in time, they no longer mentioned that motherfucker's name. I don't know where delusion comes in at. But whoever Kobe jumped in front of, when Kobe got into his shit and he became the next Jordan, he's 1A, 1B, 2, whoever he jumped in front of, no one ever talked about him again in the discussion. You never heard them say, the best players ever was Michael Jordan, Kobe, and then someone else. No, you never did that again.
he had to move somebody out. So it ain't anyone's name because you don't mention them anymore or they move. Like Kobe was the next Jordan, right? He was the next Jordan. He was compared. There was times where he said, I'm 1A, he's 1B, right? The reason he's not in the GOAT debate anymore is because they have LeBron as the definite 2, right? So there's no, if they move Kobe to 3 in the debate, there's no point in even having that conversation because he can't collect stats anymore. So his stats ain't collectible anymore. So whatever his stats are, whatever his resume is, it's stopped. So if someone caught him, that's who gets put into the GOAT debate, just like when Kobe, whoever was in front of.
Like if you see him shaking his head, at this point in time, he is not listening to anything that's coming out of the mouth. Because all he listens to is words, and when he don't like that word, he just denies everything, and then he goes.
Kobe, and he caught him. They don't talk about 3.
So Michael would have been pushed out then.
Listen,
Correct?
If someone caught him.
No, because Kobe caught him and passed him. So he would have been pushed out.
What year did anybody say Kobe was number 1?
I'm saying by your metric what you just said.
I just said that.
You said when Michael came in, he had to push somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
Then here come Kobe. So who would get pushed out if Kobe comes in? Michael.
Number 2.
That means
who was number 2?
No, I'm not saying number 2. If Kobe comes in as number 2,
how did he came in the league as number 2?
No, man, I'm just saying in the conversation.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
so I guess when Kobe got drafted, he was already the second best player ever, right? This is the conversation we're having, right? The logic of, okay, Kobe had to pass a couple people to be 2, obviously, but that's not the discussion he wants to have. He just wants to automatically give him number 2. Like number 8 is Kobe Bryant, Charlotte Hornets, traded to Lakers. You're number 2, greatest of all time.
How did he came in the league as number 2?
No, man, I'm just saying in the conversation.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, think about what I'm saying. If Michael Jordan is in the 90s, number 1, who's number 2 in the 90s of all time?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
I'm saying what you just said.
It does. So listen to what I'm saying. If this is Jordan, who's number 2? Because Kobe ain't in the league yet when Jordan's number 1. So who's number 2? That means whatever Kobe did.
Number 2? Okay, so if you don't even know.
But that's the funny part. That is the funny part. That because they don't know history, right? When they gave Jordan the crown, there was no number 2. They just said, this is the best player ever. Here, you it. So there was no number 2, Magic, Bird, there was, right, Wilt, right? It was a collection of players. There was no definite 2. But whoever the number 2 is, whoever the fuck he would have said, as number 2, Kobe had to pass him. And soon as Kobe passed him, that player has never been in a GOAT conversation ever again. That is the point of this. We're just talking circles to get to the same point. Whoever we say was number 2 when Michael Jordan got it, when Kobe got it, we never talked about 3 again. That was my whole point. If you have Kobe at 3, he can't be in the GOAT debate. That's it. If he's at 2, he's still in the GOAT debate. And you have number 3, if that's LeBron, he's still coming. That's it. It's simple. Simple logic.
Wilt, whatever, Magic, whatever.
They all got pushed out, right?
They got pushed out by Kobe.
No, they got pushed out by Mike.
No, Mike was already, he was number 1.
Who was number 1 before Mike?
They didn't have one. They didn't have a GOAT. They didn't have a GOAT yet. The first GOAT.
So Wilt Chamberlain wasn't.
They didn't have.
Bill Russell wasn't.
They didn't have no GOAT.
Nobody. Kareem wasn't, because Kareem led the league in all-time points.
They didn't have a GOAT.
They didn't have a GOAT.
Why you think Kareem?
But that ain't what Isaiah Thomas said. So what you saying don't have no merit, because Isaiah Thomas said, "Captain, when he walked in the room, we bow."
Who?
Isaiah.
Because Isaiah Thomas said it, then it's all valid. It's invalid because Isaiah Thomas said it, and I guess that's his hero or something. I don't know. Just because he said it, right? And when I was making my argument about the GOAT early in the years, I called most of the 80s players. They said, hey, back then, before Michael Jordan, who did y'all have as the best player ever? And they said, well, really, there was no number 1 at that moment in time. We just, like, some people thought Dr. J was the best player. Some people had Wilt. You had a handful of people who thought, Kareem. You had people who said Bill Russell because he had the 11 rings. Magic and Larry Bird was making a name for themselves because it was in the middle of the 80s. So they said we really didn't have a definite number 1. But it don't matter. If you have, you name two, right? We can say, all right, we'll say Bill Russell and Kareem. They're 1 and 2, right? Does that make it easier? Does that make it easier for people to understand it? Okay, we're gonna say, Russell is 1, okay? Kareem is 2. There's no Michael Jordan yet.
Isaiah Thomas said it.
That's one person.
It don't matter about one person. He said we.
Sorry, because Isaiah Thomas, the one person said, because he respected Cap. So we're gonna put Cap in there. Okay, so captain, because he was the captain. So
okay, now that's Cap. That's Cap when he came in. That's Big Cap. So when Big Cap stopped, it come in Magic and Bird. They didn't get the same kind of bravado, but then Mike comes in. Mike gets the bravado.
Okay.
Here comes Kobe. Now you just said
that if Jordan's in front, Cap is second.
But you said the collectible stats, because LeBron is still collecting stats. Mike's not collecting stats no more. So how is it that you say, okay, because Kobe's not collecting stats no more, we can push him out because here's LeBron, but Mike ain't been collecting stats since 2002.
And who passed him?
There's nothing LeBron can do to pass Jordan. Why can't LeBron pass Kobe? Because he's number 2. This only makes sense if you actually have Kobe and Jordan dead even at number 1, right? If I ask you, why does Kobe fall short to Michael Jordan? You're going to list a whole bunch of shit, right? You're going to list a whole bunch of shit that doesn't even equate, right? Okay, so if that puts him 2, then whatever resume LeBron has, his resume itself is trumping Kobe's resume, but it's not good enough to trump Jordan's resume. That's usually how the fuck that goes, right? You know, like in boxing, right? There's fun, there's 2, there's 3, and usually 3 passes 2, but he's not good enough to pass 1. What the fuck are we doing here? What's wrong with y'all? Tuesday.
Kobe Bryant passed him.
When?
What do you mean when? When he passed it, Michael Jordan in the scoring list.
Booyah. This is why talking and having a conversation sometimes, I gotta start thinking about, it's pointless. Right now, he has Kobe in front of Jordan because he passed him in the scoring title, which is stats. So he has Kobe in front of Michael because Kobe passed him in the scoring category, which is stats.
Since 2002.
And who passed him?
Kobe Bryant passed him.
When?
What do you mean when? When he passed it, Michael Jordan in the scoring list.
Okay.
Do you follow basketball?
Yeah, so the score.
Okay.
So
what are you talking?
So for all the fans out there that you're watching, right? He has Kobe in front of Jordan because of the stats of scoring. Remember that when we move forward, Kobe is in front of Michael Jordan because he passed him in the stat category of scoring and scoring only. Okay, perfect.
He passed him
in the scoring list. That didn't put him in front of Michael Jordan of all time.
Oh my gosh. So how does it?
Michael Jordan.
So how does LeBron James get in front of Kobe Bryant all the time?
Because his metrics said he was a better player so far.
Excuse me? You talking stats? You just said we're not talking stats. You just said we're not talking stats.
How long was LeBron the number 2?
Here we go.
2015, 14. Right, they done had him in there. What, 2014, 15 as the second best? Right?
Never.
Right now it's 50-50 on who's number 1.
Never.
That's the problem.
No,
right now, when you hit LeBron James, who is the number 1 player ever? It's a 50-50 thing.
Let me just smoke
60-40, so that means whoever's third, there's no point of...
The only way LeBron James can be mentioned in this conversation is with stats, period.
But he just jumped Jordan with stats. So you just jumped Jordan with stats, but LeBron can't jump Kobe with stats.
If you don't bring LeBron James stats into play, no NBA player is considering him and his body of work, his skill set, and any close to Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, because the skill sets are different. Now, when you talk about stats, that's when you gotta bring LeBron in because of the stats. But players don't do that.
Skill set? What do you mean skill set? How he looked playing the game? Yeah.
Hey, this motherfucker kicking over, blowing O's.
The shit you said in the interview, do I need to post what you said? Do you want me to play what you said in the interview?
What do you mean skill set? How he looked playing the game?
Yeah, how he looked, footwork that you said in the interview. Do I need to post what you said? Do you want me to play what you said in the interview about Kobe Bryant being better than LeBron James? You said it.
Michael Jordan was sexy what he did. Kobe followed suit. LeBron James is like a Hummer. He don't have the sexiest game, right? So if you're going off of how fine the girl looks, then yes, Kobe is the second finest to Michael Jordan. But is that all you're going off of? How sexy it looked when he played. So Kenny, that's what I'm asking. Like, like,
is that what you consider Michael Jordan? Whatever you consider Michael Jordan to be, Kobe's in the same breath.
He was.
So then how can he be skipped by anybody else?
He was.
If they're breathing the same air.
He was.
The problem is they wasn't breathing the same air. They wasn't. Like I said it, right? And he agreed with me. Michael Jordan was a Bugatti, 48-inch vertical, big hands, right? His engine, his natural body, the shit that got, he popped out. He popped out that body, right, was already a gift. Kobe had a regular body and he pushed it like a Bugatti, but he wasn't a Bugatti. So they wasn't breathing the same air, right? We value what Kobe did just like we value what Curry does, just like we value Luka. And you have guys who do not have these superpowers fighting against these well-built God type players, right? You got a 39-year-old coming down the lane because he's a freak of nature. You got Ja Morant, elbows on the backboard blocking shots, right? These guys they're above. Their bodies extend their careers. So how a Kobe or me will look, how I will look at 35, right? Playing, that's Russell at 38, right? When you hear about dudes dunking at 50 and 60, imagine their jumping ability in their 20s. They're just different bodies. Man, I don't know why that came over here with no draws, so man. But I'm lucky he sat on our side and not across. That we got to give him that. He was respectful. Did not comprehend well at all. He actually said Stephen A. never said Kobe was the GOAT before death, and everybody Kobe was in the GOAT conversation. It was him and Michael Jordan. Everybody knows that.
I want to get your thoughts on this subject.
Oh, do you?
I know I've seen you over here.
Oh, listen, hey, I'm enjoying the conversation just like everybody in the chat.
But like Rashad said, you got the opportunity to guard Kobe. So do you feel like his name belongs in that GOAT combo?
It does, but it's one single solitary thing because the question that you asked was why do the players look at Kobe different than the media?
Yeah.
Right?
Medium fans.
When it comes to certain things and certain players, people have memory like an elephant, right? With no controversy on Kobe's book, he'll still be in the conversation. People try to use that when they're having a debate, unfortunately.
Yes.
Right? If we call it spade. Not us has an opinion about it. There was one dominant basketball player in every generation of basketball that the league.
Like what King is speaking right now is facts, but it has nothing to do with the conversation that we're having. We're having a different conversation because King is answering the question. That question has nothing to do with us. So when people are like, oh yeah, King is speaking facts. No, he's speaking facts, but that has nothing to do with we talking about. We're talking about red and blue. King is over here with green and yellow, right? So King is right. That's green and yellow. We over here with the red and blue conversations there.
He knew when I was one of the best, and everybody's entitled to that opinion, right? Let's look up the term. So when did everybody? So LL started the term GOAT.
No, it's a woman. But so, what I'm saying.
So what year 90, right? Is when the acronym greatest of all time started,
1991,
right?
Yep.
So the people that before 1990 wasn't GOATs in there. Why? Because it wasn't a term?
Because it didn't say it?
Because it wasn't a term yet?
Because the league started in 78 when all the black people emerged, so they didn't really look at the league before that.
So let me ask you this.
Julius Erving wasn't considered.
Hold on, let me ask you this, Gilbert.
Julius Erving wasn't even from the NBA. See, this is why having a conversation, he was in the ABA. So obviously the NBA didn't consider him a GOAT because he wasn't in the NBA. That's why 88 is important. That's why there was no GOAT. Think about what I'm saying. The reason that they didn't have a GOAT is because there was a white league and then there was a black league. The black league, where Julius Erving was, they thought that they were the best talent ever. And the black people over here in the white, they were just playing against a bunch of white boys, right? So the stats that the white boys were doing, the white black players, the Uncle Tom, Julius Erving them didn't even put that into we don't even care about none of that. When it merged in 78, 78 moving forward. That means all the talent around the world is in one place. Now, who is the greatest? Well, that's starting in 78. Yeah, Wilt got his numbers, Kareem and all that. But at the end of the day, no one's really valuing it. That's why in 88, when Michael Jordan, it was easier for them to just give it to him. Because now they're looking at all this talent. Oh, this is, woo, he's the best. He's the best out of this group. That's why they only talk about from the 80s. That's why the 80s is so fucking important to all fans in the NBA. That's why the 80s is important. Because that's when the merger happened in everybody, all the talent was in one building. So now we get to now run our NBA league. Before that, it was white and then black. Why is he so quick to take sets? Monkey D, there's no diminishing Kobe if he was two. If he was two, he's two. So whatever he did, whatever troubles he was getting into, whatever you want to use, they had him at number 2. I mean, it's just a personal opinion. Do you think he jumped Michael Jordan? Now, if you think he jumped Michael Jordan, then you and Rashad is right. You guys are right then. If you think he jumped Michael Jordan and Kobe is number 1, then there's no point of you arguing because you're right. This will never be a debate. Nope.
Let me ask you this. So when they started throwing this word gentrification out and shit like that, had that not been going on? Moving people out of neighborhoods so other people...
Great point.
So it's the same fault. But they was doing it before then just because somebody put a flag on it. Now people start using that.
That's it. Okay, but at the end of the day...
So those people were great in their own respect.
Cool, but at the end of the day, when the NBA merged in both parties, the black culture and the white culture merged, that's when they actually started figuring out who is the best talent in the NBA. And because the ABA said we have the best, the NBA said,
generation.
But they're saying we have the best when the ABA is like, nah, we have the best. So when they merged it, that's when the time started really ticking.
And that was the only, and so when they merged, who was the best player?
So when they
merged, who was the best player?
Julius Erving.
Magic, Julius.
So who was the best player when they merged?
Magic.
So there was no one best player.
Okay, so let's go. When they merged in 78, right? This is why it's when they merged in 78. Remember, there's no Magic, there's no Bird. Julius Erving don't have no stats as an NBA player. So then it goes all the way back to Kareem, Cap, and Russell. I mean, Kareem, no, that is Cap. Kareem, Wilt, and Russ. So that will be the answer. Those 3 are the top. So whoever you think is the GOAT, those are the 3.
Not one guy.
He do not want to say it because he do not want to be wrong.
I've already asked the Clyde Drexlers and all of that. Who was that?
So Clyde was there when they merged?
No.
Clyde was around when they merged? Clyde was around when they merged?
83.
Clyde was around when they merged?
So the top 10.
So what's Rex in this conversation?
83. I said, when was the GOAT name? When you was in?
If the GOAT was in 90 with LL Cool J's wife, then Clyde Drexler was there. He'd been in the league at that point 7 years. When he came in the league, he was only 5 years old in that new NBA.
In the league in 89. Who was the best?
So that means all those black players like Julius Erving, they wouldn't respect Wilt and those guys' resumes. That's what they're not understanding.
Who did they say was the best player? He said everyone had their favorites. He said people thought Dr. J, people thought Wilt, people thought
89 and 89
and 89. Russell. He said Magic had a claim for it, but he said there was no king yet.
In 89?
He said there was said there was no
Michael Jordan was in 89 considered the best.
So then the next year, so you said 89, right? So then the next year the term is fuck out of here.
Come on, man.
But that's beside.
That's what I said. Kenyon's arguing. He's not arguing the point I'm arguing. He's on a whole different subject. My original argument is, who do you have? 1, 2, or 3? If you have LeBron at 2, then Kobe can't be in the GOAT conversation. That is the only point I was making. They just run down rabbit holes for no reason. Kenyon's talking about green and yellow. We over here with red and blue.
The point.
Come on, man.
You brought it up.
Here's the point.
Why is it besides the point? You brought it up.
Here is the point.
Obviously, you missed the original point.
People say they need to be in the GOAT debate, right? The GOAT debate. The GOAT debate can only be the top 2 players. Whoever is 3, 4, 5, you are not actually in a debate. You're not in the race anymore.
So
right, that's just life.
And
if we say who's
life, so right? That's not a part of my life. I don't look at that shit like that.
So let me go back to my statement. That's why I don't participate in y'all. That's why I said, that's why I was sitting here enjoying the
Hey, chat, is it obvious? Huh? It's obvious, right? Chat, hey, can someone put in the chat, is it obvious? Right? Put it in. Isn't it obvious? I wish I would have been thinking like that. I would have said that shit too. Isn't it obvious, y'all? Isn't it obvious?
Conversation.
Okay.
Because I don't.
Okay, that's you.
I don't
personally,
think that
but
way.
that's the life.
Well, that's fine.
Since we're all saying,
I appreciate everybody.
Since we're all saying here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm saying logistic 3, 4, 5. You're not in the debate anymore. If you're not playing anymore, you're not in this debate.
All of them haven't been playing. The only still playing is LeBron, bro. How could you even use that as a metric to do?
Easy. If there's a top 10 list of anything and these guys can't move, 3, 4, 5, and then there's an 11th person active, and then you got 10 years to catch one, you're gonna pass some people. That's when records are broken. They're broken because someone is flowing still, and the people who are getting passed can't move anymore. Like your stats, whatever your stats is, whoever is starting their career, they can beat your stats. They can beat my stats because we can't put any more stats on the board to stay in our thing. We can't stay like, oh, nigga, come in, let me keep running some more. So he can't catch me. No, I'm stuck right here. I gotta stop. Woo, I'm number 2. Hey, how long can I hold on to number 2 before someone creeps up and pass me? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was number 1 for 40 years. He did for 40 years. Now he's like this, which means he can never, ever do this again. That's how.
What's the name? So until LeBron takes over 2 or 1, right? If whoever's 1 and 2, you guys are in the GOAT debate till someone comes to affect that.
So
that affection is LeBron. So LeBron came.
And I'm a Kobe fan. That's why this shit's irritating me. That's why it's irritating me. Michael, I'm a Kobe fan too. I got all his rings. He's my favorite player. He's the best player I seen, right? This is the best player I see. It doesn't keep you in a certain place. If the best fighter I seen, right, was Muhammad Ali, and then somebody like Mayweather goes 80-0, and he's claiming the GOAT, doesn't mean he did it better than Muhammad. Doesn't mean he was a better fighter overall. His collection and body of work passes the dude. It happens, right? If Michael Jordan would have played every year and didn't retire and play baseball and go to the Wizards and do all that, he would have held the scoring title. But he didn't. We can't give it to him because he would have, and he would have had 9 championships and 9 all-5. But he didn't. He didn't.
And affected it. So that means if they move Kobe to 3, he is no longer part of the GOAT.
So wouldn't Kobe be 1 because Mike was out before Kobe?
You have to beat his resume still. You have to beat.
Why? You talk about stats again.
If I run it, we not stats. Hussein Bolt has been out when? How long? How long has Hussein Bolt been out? Anybody beat him?
Again.
Still the king.
We've never seen anybody that fast.
We've never seen anybody that fast. Correct. Until we see him that fast. How is basic logic eluding? Hussein Bolt is 1, and then whoever's behind him with the second fastest time. Because remember, before Hussein got it, somebody was in front of Hussein for Hussein to get the crown. So whoever is second, if another person comes and gets in front of him, they have the second.
So whoever is second, those are 2 in the GOAT debate. Third.
Who was the best player you ever seen play the game, Gilbert?
Kobe.
So does that not mean?
You see how I'm the only one that's not delusional, right? He thought I was gonna say LeBron. Like, I know what it is. He's the best player I've ever seen, right? I grew up on Kobe, right? There's just some of us that be like, okay, he got us. But if Kobe didn't get hurt and he kept playing, boom, we would have got it. But we can't make that argument anymore, right? Once he retired, damn. Just like Magic, retired, cut short.
Mean greatest of all time.
No, it doesn't mean greatest of all time. That doesn't mean.
Damn, I wish I had to pee right now.
Hurt his Achilles. He didn't get to finish his resume the way there's a dude that's still playing 20-something.
But he was still the best player you've ever seen play the game.
Yes.
God, so that don't mean that he's the greatest to you.
His resume.
I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there seen the best high school player that ever played, right? Right? probably never made it to the NBA, probably never made it to college, right? Just because they were the best in that moment in time and how you looked at the game and what made them doesn't make them the best overall forever in the stats of history, just for you itself. That is your opinion, right? If we do a stat for the world and the world puts it in this order, that is it. It's the whole debate with who's funnier, Cat Williams or Kevin Hart, right? If all black people vote, then goddamn it, it'd be damn near 95-5. But everybody else gets to vote too. Everyone gets to vote too. When they go to arenas, when they go and do their shows, it factors in. If one dude got 300 people in a small venue and one is selling out Madison Square Garden, that's part of the fact, right? His jokes might not be for you, just like Dave Chappelle wasn't for everybody, right? Everybody likes something in everybody, right? But when it's overall voting, everyone gets to vote. Everyone. So if we all voted right now, who is the top 5 players in the NBA ever, right? Remember, Kobe fans get to vote. Jordan fans get to vote. LeBron fans get to vote. And when it tallies up, that's how the world sees it. You had your vote. Y'all voted for Hillary. She wasn't the president, right? You voted. You believe she would have did a better job? We wouldn't know. Your vote was outvoted by the other. Well, even though she won America's vote, you know. They did that slick. They did that NBA. Let me go review the tape. Oh, he did get hit in the head. Now they won't know.
Stop.
So you're talking about stats again.
His resume. His resume.
Is it resume stats?
His resume.
Is it resume stats?
So
His resume.
But this is why, like, can y'all just have another person argue for the Kobe? Because he can't use Kobe. Remember, he used Kobe to jump over Jordan with stats, but now he don't want to use stats anymore. Yeah, I got Jordan because he beat him in the scoring title. That's when he beat him in the scoring title. Okay, LeBron beat him in the scoring title. Why are you using stats? You can't use.
Guys, there's T-Mac. Is T-Mac in the Hall of Fame? Yes, he was a Hall of Fame player.
Wow.
Top 10 talent ever. But he's not in there because he doesn't have the resume to get in the conversation.
no, he'll have a resume to get in Hall of Fame, not the conversation.
I mean, the conversation of whatever.
No, he don't.
Right, the NBA, right? The NBA, right? We have an all NBA. You have to play at least 65 games to get into it. If you play 50 games and you average 50 for a season, guess what? You will go down as one of the greatest scorers ever. But you won't win that title because you didn't qualify yet. You won't make the all NBA team because you didn't qualify yet. You can't be an MVP candidate. You didn't qualify yet. So yes, there's been great talents, right? But body of work, longevity, to be a great, it all matters. There's a calculation of everything, right? It's just like, oh, he was sexy for 1 year. This is the best player I've ever seen in my life. And you had one good year. No, it's your whole resume, your body of work.
Right? He ain't like there's you still got to do it just because you look good doing it.
That's called greatness. We put
Greatness.
T-Mac in the Hall of Fame because we never seen such talent like that at such a young age.
But you said T-Mac.
No, I'm just saying he said the greatest conversation of all time.
Making sure.
I'm just picking holes when
My question is it talent? Is it talent or is it stats?
My
That's what I
argument
want to know.
This is my argument.
Mac is that.
Hold on.
Don't get
This is my argument. When Shaquille and you say you have to put him in the GOAT debate, right? My question is, where do you have him right now, right? If you have him 2 or 1, yes, he's in the GOAT debate. If you have him 3, he can't be in the GOAT debate no more. Because number 2, if that's LeBron, he's still active. So if he's 2, then there's no more stats for Kobe. Yeah, you can raise your hand.
question.
Mr. Martin.
I have a question. So was it only Kobe, or did everybody think that it was 1A and 1B?
When?
Period.
Only Kobe said 1 and 1.
So did you think
And a
that?
few people.
Did you think that
When?
he said it?
I just had him 2.
Huh?
I had him 2. I had him 2.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Okay.
If someone's considered the next Michael Jackson,
Yeah. So look, like somebody would like let's say T-Mac. Let's say T-Mac, right? As a talent, T-Mac is top 10 ever when it comes to just natural ability and how he played when he was healthy, right? But he didn't make the top 75. There's a reason. He didn't have the longevity, right? Penny Hardaway didn't have the longevity. I didn't have the longevity. Grant Hill didn't have the longevity. It all matters.
right? Like Chris Brown, Say Chris Brown. Next, Michael.
I'm glad you did that, yes.
Right?
I'm glad you did that.
So in the conversation, say, if you're considered the next greatest of all time, it puts you in the conversation because you're the next, right? Now, if you start to build up your resume to match that, that's why they say 1A, 1B. Because I can show you highlights of them making the same moves.
Oh, my God.
Them doing the same things.
Oh, my
So logically, it wouldn't make any sense to say this guy is number one, this guy's on his heels because he's part.
Start bringing these ring guys into. There's no debate. There's no debate. I'm tired of people saying debate. There's no debate, period, right? Unless you have him in front of Jordan, right? That's the only way you still get to debate, right? Magic fans can't debate no more. Shaquille O'Neal fans, you can't debate no more, right? And I made exactly the scenario that he did, right? He has Michael Jackson as Michael Jordan, Chris Brown as Kobe Bryant, right? So I said, okay, Chris Brown is still active, but he can still get to the greatest of all time debate. But if someone say who is the best, Chris Brown is still alive, but people will say Drake, right? So that means right now in real time, Drake is in front of Chris Brown, right? So he's behind Michael Jackson in this time. Now, if Drake stops and Chris Brown repasses him, yes, right? We put LeBron as Drake in a sense. Biggest dude in the world, he's still moving. But for this conversation, they're both still moving. So, but talent-wise, and they ask me, who's the more talented one? Hands down, Chris Brown. Easy, not even close. When it comes to just talent and ability, oh, that motherfucker's different. Chris Brown is just a different dude.
So you got,
he's just gonna be.
you got to forget him. Not with Michael.
That's what we're
talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
We're talking about.
We didn't have clarification in this conversation. So I thought you was going somewhere else. But
No.
so are we talking about talent or are we talking about art?
Artists right now, who's bigger?
Oh, Drake is arguably the biggest artist of all time.
So he surpassed.
No, he don't surpass.
The next Michael Jackson. He surpassed.
Oh, the nigga just said he's the biggest artist in the world right now. Wow. Your Michael Jackson number 2 is behind him.
How? How?
Numbers don't lie.
Stats again. Stat man, yeah, that's me. The same stat don't matter, yeah, that's me. He can't even help it. He can't even help it,
What
guys.
is your argument for? What is your argument?
Talent. The most talented guy since he was 5 years old, Michael Jackson. Chris Brown came in mimicking that. Like, hey man, he could be just as.
So now he's on talent. Okay, cool. I can shift this talent. Let's go talent now.
Talented as Michael Jackson. Damn. Same with Kobe. Man, Michael Jordan did all this. Man, that shit flies. Then we see another nigga come in and do the same fly shit. Like, we didn't think we would ever see anyone come in and be like Michael Jordan. And then here come this young kid named Kobe Bryant doing the same shit. It's like, yo, that's scary hours. And then some of us say, he elevated.
Wait. So he
Turned that shit to a whole nother level.
Hold on. So he had more talent. So did he have more natural talent than Vince Carter?
Who?
Kobe.
No.
Okay.
He didn't think about what he was arguing. He's using talent to throw away the stat book. So I threw in someone that I knew for sure is considered one of the most talented player that ever played. And he wasn't going to catch it. You want to hear him again?
Natural talent than Vince Carter?
Who?
Kobe.
No.
Okay.
No, which now makes Vince Carter in front of Kobe when we talk about talent. Since that's the road you want to drive on. You want to drive on the road of talent. There you go. Jordan, Vince Carter. Don't worry. He'll sit there with his glasses and he'll start thinking about it. Oh, I gotta swivel out of this.
And man, just shut the fuck up. Can we move on? Because that means he's not the second best most talented player.
I guess
if
you
you
win.
just vote Vince Carter.
You win.
So move. That means we got to go to what now?
Neither is it's talent. The talent, right? Neither is LeBron. Right? Most talent? Okay.
If Vince Carter's number 3, that means LeBron's number 5.
Yeah, he put LeBron number 3.
Whatever.
No, you can't do that because Kobe just.
He's using talent as it's
That's
just
why
talent. Like, like Kyrie's the best dribbler ever.
We all agreed the other day that Vince Carter could be the most talented guy we've ever seen. He just didn't reach his abilities.
Okay.
What ability did he reach? He didn't reach the stats. What didn't he reach? Because just naturally what he was doing anyway was better than everybody else anyway. So which potential didn't he reach? Oh, his stats didn't match the engine, right? He got this super souped up Bugatti that he's driving like Ferrari. I know you said VC was lazy. Yes, but Rashad McCants' argument is Kobe is in front of LeBron because he was more talented, because he don't want to use the stats. So I said, okay, more talented. Where's Vince Carter? Does he have more talented? Does he have more talent than Kobe? He said yes. So this lazy man has more talent than his favorite Kobe Bryant. What does that say then? He was more skilled, talented. Where does it put his Kobe then? If the laziest dude is still more talented and more skilled.
We've already said that.
So that knocked out your point.
The work ethic and the skill and the longevity and the IQ and all that factors in. There's other things that factor in besides skill. There's a lot of skilled in the league. You can't use today, he got the up and under, he can move his legs and he can move his feet and he can sit there and, hey, see, Michael Jordan did this. You know, Kobe get to do the James Brown. That's not how it works. Here, this is the thing. The more naturally gifted you are, the less you have, right? The less you have. So think about the fastest dudes in the NBA, right? They don't have the dribbling package because they use their speed to get by you, not the moves. The slower guys have more moves to make up for the lack of speed. The really athletic guys don't have moves like that because they use their jumping ability, right? All right, pump fake, 2 dribbles, dunk, right? Well, Kobe, he can't do that. 2 dribbles, pump fake, between the legs, up and under, you jump, I spin, boom. So he needs the skill because he doesn't have the 46-inch vertical, right? So he has to do things to alter to compete. It's simple, right? De'Aaron Fox, right? Russell, right? You don't have just straight line you. It's easy.
No, it didn't.
Kobe being the second
No, it didn't.
player ever.
No.
Remember, just so we all understand, he has Kobe Bryant, number 1, because Kobe beat him in the scoring title. Just so we know. But then we can't use stats. Once he does that, we can't use stats to call that. We can't use stats. Stats is only being used, and we can't do it anymore.
Still consider Michael Jordan the best
player ever. I didn't say nothing about talent. You use talent.
What's the difference between player and talent?
You use talent.
What's the difference between
you
player
use
and
talent? So you don't use stats.
Because we don't use that.
So you use talent, and then you just got contradicted on talent. Because there's another that's more talented than both of them.
But you just argued.
Look, you see, there we go. And Kenny wasn't on my side on this one because it was obvious. There we go. So y'all can see. Come on.
There's another that's more talented than both of them.
But you just argued.
You just argued in the conversation.
Sometimes my head hurt. I was doing good. I just wanted to ask the question. Just one question, y'all. It was just one simple question, right? Where do you have LeBron, right? Where do you have LeBron? If you have him 2, then anybody after him, unless they're still playing, they can't get into the GOAT debate anymore. They were there when they were there, but they're not in there, right? If you have him 3, then it's just still Kobe and Jordan, right? As the GOAT. So it's all where you actually have them. That's it. That's how we do it, right? Like when Steph Curry got the great. How about this? So you got Bron 5th. Okay, who's 3rd and who's 4th, right? Whoever's 3rd and 4th, I'm pretty sure no one mentions them in the GOAT debate no more because that means it's only top 2. Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. Who's number 2? Who's number 2? So who's number 1? Who was number 1 before? So Reggie and Ray? Is I had him Reggie and Ray. So that means when there was a point where, right, Steph had to pass one of them to be 2nd. And then once he became 2nd, whoever 2nd before is no longer in this conversation. So he's only chasing one more person. Now he's the GOAT. So that means who's 2nd? Reggie, Ray, right? One of them are 2nd, one of them are 3rd, right? But obviously, at this moment in time in history, 2 and 3, they're not it. Just so we understand this, right? Just so we understand how this works. Curry passed Ray Allen and Reggie, who was 1 and 2. He jumped both of them, right? Which means he has the crown. At this moment in time in history, there is no debate about who the greatest shooter is. There's no debate because 2 and 3 were already passed and they do not have any stats that they can catch up to Curry. So that means these two, or 2 and 3, are gone out of the debate conversation. They have Curry as the #1 shooter of all times. That means only somebody who's active right now can challenge him for the GOAT debate of best shooter at some point in time. But right now, there's no debate on who's the best shooter ever because it's Curry and Curry by himself. 2 and 3 cannot move anymore. I know it makes no sense, right? Because it makes no sense, right? Like, there's still a debate on who's the best shooter ever, right? Ray Allen or Curry, huh? We're still gonna sit here and say, oh man, if Ray Allen have a game today, he can probably, what can Ray Allen do? What the f Ray Allen do? What can Ray Allen do to jump Curry? Steph is clear, which means at moment in time in history, right now, this is like Michael Jordan. This is like Michael Jordan in round 92. Because when he got it, Magic was still playing. In 92, he was the king by himself. And that's what people don't want to realize. In 92, he was by himself. Nobody behind him could do anything else in a career to challenge him for the GOAT debate because they gave him the GOAT debate. There's only a few times in history where that happens. Right now in real time, that's Curry. So that means the only people that can challenge him would be what? Clay, Luka, Trae Young, right? That we can see with our eyes, right? Those are probably the only 3, people that can really challenge him for the best shooter ever. And that'll be hard because 4 rings, MVP, they're going to use all of that as part of the whole structure of the best shooter. Even if his stats get beat as a shooter, I don't see anybody. I think I'll probably be fucking by then. People will probably say, hey, well, you ain't got 4 rings. Yeah, you got all these pointless stat shootings and shit. So, but, LeBron has no bag. Facts, just straight line. Hey, a Hummer don't look sexy, but it's gonna get you to where you're gonna get to, right? Like right now, here it is in real time again, the GOAT debate on who's the best point guard ever, right? If you have Magic Johnson is 1, Curry 2, that means Curry is in the debate to try to be #1. Right? Which means before Curry got there was a second, which was Isaiah Thomas for most people. Then Curry jumped him, which means Zeke is not in this conversation anymore. And that's why no one talks about it anymore. It's simple. I know we want to keep everybody in their eras. It's better to just keep everybody in their eras, right? But no one does it, right? We always want to compare. That's just how we do things. Right? But remember, he used stats to put Kobe in front of Michael Jordan because he passed him in scoring. And then he used skill to be in front of LeBron. Then he threw Vince Carter's skill in front of his own man without thinking. But I mean, it makes for great YouTubing, right? It makes for great YouTubing, y'all. Why wouldn't stats matter about NBA careers? Because it's skill. It's skill, dog, right? That's why I said, okay, if you say who is the finest girl ever, then we can go by looks, right? If you say the best woman and all that, you start throwing in extra things, right? There's other measurements that happen. Like that's just the best actor of all time, right? The GOAT debate on that, right? Will Smith, Denzel, DiCaprio, right? There's a list, right? All right, I'm tired of these men. I gotta go shoot. Hey, did y'all see my shit? Boop, boop. Did y'all see my shit? I don't know what the fuck they thinking. Listen, there's one thing for certain. One thing for certain, y'all. One thing for certain. He has no fucking chance. You know they don't think he gonna show. They think he gonna like try to call out or something. They don't think he's gonna. But now, let me show you this loop. Let me go ahead and show you this loop. Loop. That's That's how great my shit is, for real. That's not even that high. I have the same motion, same mechanics every time. They ain't got no sound in that shit. Hey, let me know where it's looping at though. Cause I mean, you can just see the way the ball falls on the rim that it won't be on the loop. But that's just, I'm there going. You know what I mean? It's just no the foot. No. Look, the foot. My foot is on the line because you see the you see the red. You see the red right there. Because I have a pool back there, I gotta put the pool chairs right there, so I can't move back too far. I can't move back too far. One shot loop, huh? Look, the ball moving different. Hey, look, got a little bop in it. Because I got my earphones on, so obviously that's not on the loop. I can't be dancing now on the loop because it wasn't in the first one. Excuses on why I made 40 shots in a row. I don't need no excuse for 40 in a row. You still can't stop 40 in a row. I can just shoot that thing. That's it. I'm sorry. Right. I can just sit out there all day shooting the ball. Same mechanics, same things. I'm sorry. The man, they don't have no, I don't give a fuck what they're talking about. They had no chance. Dan, look at the loop. Hey, look at the loop, y'all. Hey, look at the loop. Oh, got a kick. Oh, gotta add that. I don't know what the fuck I was listening to. I don't know what I was listening to, but I was jamming. I didn't know somebody put the recorder on. Hey, I shot the guns at it. I even looked over there like, wait, someone walked by? Still 10-1 though. I know. 10-1, people. Just remember, make sure you vote McCants and put your money on McCants. 10-1, put your money on them, okay? That's all I'm saying. I hope he wear 10-1 shirt. All right, 10-1. Like, that's why I let him run. That's why I run with the narrative. Like, what he likes to do is he's the type of dude that'll warm up for an hour. Then you walk in, he be like, oh, let's play. Let's shoot out. Don't let you get no warm up. And then when he outshoot you, say, yeah, I can beat you. I'm better than you. Y'all seen yet today? Let's go back there and shoot right now. Oh, I don't want to shoot outside. Okay, I come to the gym. Well, I ain't shooting today. Will the shootout be on BET? It'll be on Gils Arena. We're going to shoot it live. It's going to be, obviously me, McCants, Lexi, Brandon's shooting. So Kenyon, Cheryl Swoops, and Josiah are going to be entertaining y'all live. I know damn well he ain't going to make it to the finals. See, and then, hey man, then if it makes it, the pressure is on Gil. There ain't no pressure on me. It ain't no pressure on me because I work. I don't do it for play. I don't do this for play. I don't just sit there, wear the crown and the mother glasses and say I'm a better shooter than you. I go out there and actually do it. I go out there and do it. I just go and do it. I put the work in and then I brag on my work. I can change clothes, hit the record button, and give you the same product. Look at this. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if y'all caught this though. Oh, that was the video. Hold on. This is what y'all haven't been paying attention to. And let me just show y'all one more little thing. Y'all see these ball racks? Because the shootout is on ball racks, I have ball racks. So I practice on ball racks. I put the ball racks in their places and then I run spot to spot. See, so I learn how to get it off the rack, which ball I grab first, which ball is stuck. I practice it, put some shots up. Okay. Actually, what's so funny is I was going to do that for my members, just go live and put it up there. But what I'm going to do, what I'll do is I'll scare the fuck out of the group because my camera catches me here, but I work out at the gym. The gym that the contest is at. I go there to work out, bounce the ball, check the rim. I do all that. He's going to turn around, going hit. Oh, I got to see that. Will you wear the crown when you win? Nah, I'm a better shooter. Right? That's just a fact, right? I should use Kobe logic on him. Do you think if somebody was challenging Kobe for a shootout, you think he'd keep making up excuses? Or will he prove that he's actually the better shooter and not go and take? The man took 20 shots on that rim, went 1 for 22. 1 for 22. He was 11 for 34, but he's not gonna stand on no big on. All right, here you want to see who's the better shooter? You take 20 shots, practice. I take 20 shots, practice, and then we play. Then we see who can be. He don't want to do that. He ain't gonna stand on no mama mentality. Then he tried that shit in bowling. Oh yeah, he tried this bowling. Him and Brandon was talking in bowling, and I said, I'll smack you in bowling. I'll smack you in bowling. Brandon, he better ask Brandon. All right. He called me out randomly. He actually missed an event that he was supposed to be with Brandon. And we go play. Whoop the dog fuck out that boy. Hey, yeah, you know us. That's just a warm up. this is run it back. Beat the fuck out of him again. Start checking the ball. See, my ball. The ball don't, you know what I mean? Like the ball is, he had both his balls. And, the ball, I just got this new one. See, this is a new ball. See, I ain't really break this one in. I was like, man, I should record this. But I was like, he won't be saying shit tomorrow. I know that for damn sure. But I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna do? See, now the shootout is on the 20th. But I'm gonna go live though. I think I probably just go live so y'all can see me work out. Is that what it is? You want to see me work out, right? Go through these drills. Like I literally practice it. So this is what I did today. Hold on, just so y'all know. I got a day one of practice. Look, day one of practice. Can y'all see it? Day one of practice, right? Right, so I go from spot to spot. So what I do is, listen, so I give you a rundown, right? There's 5 spots. They said we start, first round is mid-range. So 5 spots around. What I do is I have my rebounders with the racks. You know, I finish one rack. So I go as fast as I can around, boom, 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 boom. And then just keep going. I go until I shoot 100. So it's 20. So that means I go around 4 straight times. 4 straight times. That's my round. That's that round. So I exhaust myself by continuously moving, right? High school, do the same thing. College, do the same thing. Don't know if NBA 3 is going to be in it. I'm going to do that too. Then I start mixing this shit. College and 3, 50 shots. I'm exhausting myself for any element. So fatigue don't kick in if they try to throw in wrinkles. Like I train for this shit, man. I'm not just going to the 24 talk about, I got the work. The work gonna rebound for me. Nah, you can use the work. So I'll go live for you. I'll have somebody holding the phone and do this shit. DC Chavez, if I lose, it's a wrap. If I lose. There's only one person that challenged me in this contest, and that will be Nick Young, since he just added. Because he can shoot the ball, right? He can shoot the ball, right? If they throw in the NBA 3, yeah, remember, most of these guys they not moving. They might, like, you don't just go out there and shoot. Your cardio got to be up too. Because one time, Rashad, if you ever seen his mechanics, he takes his time shooting. Everything is structured. Time will fuck him up. Like, this is who I have in the final 4, in a sense. Me, Lexi, Brandon, and probably Nick Young, because we're the only ones that can shoot on the move, right? If you look how Brandon shoots, right? He floats when he shoots. So and same thing with Lexi, she runs and she can shoot on the run, right? Same thing with me and Nick. We can shoot and run. And so if time is against us, we can actually shoot and still move around. Rashad mechanics, he has to go stop, mechanic, pull it in, right? So if he has all the time in the world to shoot it, Erica Banny can shoot that ball. I challenged her before, or she challenged me, took an L. Ask her. This is no, we did 50 shots. The score was 48-46 from the 3. Why doesn't Kim? No, he likes Swaggy. He likes Swaggy. They was on the same team, right? So, Swaggy's the goofball. He's the one who keeps the locker room, cool. Mandy, will you let Miko participate? Hey, hell yeah. That's what I should do. Pay Miko to come to that. That you got. Oh, hey, he gay. What? Hey, she would be. She would fuck that man's confidence up. She started doing that. Oh, he got on the air. Where you get those from China? Oh my God. That'd be some funny shit there. They must pay Miko to come in the crowd. Fuck with him. Why shooting right is hard? Why right-handed shooting right? Because if the rim is here, I got to turn all the way to angle, right? So if I'm moving right, I got to turn my body back to shoot. So that is all time, and that's a skill. There's only a few people that can do that. JJ Redick was very great at that. JJ Redick was very great, but he couldn't move right. Well, if I'm going left, my shoulder's already angled to the rim, which, now think about it, as a right-handed shooter, with something that's timed, guess which way I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go this way, right? From this way, like if I'm running, I gotta try to hurry up and grab and turn this way. This way, I can just run, grab, and shoot, and then head to the next spot. So it's all chess also. But this week, probably, I mean, I shoot every morning, so all I do is really just got to hit the live button. I usually don't like that phone type of content, but I'll hit the live. You know, I'll probably get 2 rebounders, or I'll probably I just get 2 rebounders, and then someone just videotaping for the live. So y'all can see how I actually work out for shit like this. So y'all don't think it's just some boo-boo. So, all right, see ya. I might hit the live in the motherphone and would never know. All right? I don't know if they have a money rack. I don't know. All my racks are going to be money. All right, y'all. Good night. Happy Taco Tuesday. And y'all going to get a surprise live. Bye-bye.